All right. James Gunn calls out people saying the Batman Part 2 is canceled. He calls them out. Well, this is according to James Gunn. But before we get into this, what he said about this quote, hey guys, this is the AWO Airworld Order. If you're checking out my channel first time and you see what you like, make sure to subscribe, okay? Please subscribe. Would really appreciate it if you do subscribe. Also, smash the like button below. That's for new and current subscribers. Smash the like button below. And if you really see what you like, make sure to join membership down below. There's two tiers. The second tier is not much more expensive than the first tier. Only about $2 more. So not much more expensive. I do sometimes post things to my members. Sometimes I do post stuff on my members. For members only. So if you want to get first access to stuff or stuff that's not going to be public, make sure to join membership. But yeah, let's get to this. So yeah, okay. With Superman Horizon, right, a month away from being released, James Gunn is making the rounds right now, right? The director of Superman, Guardians of the Galaxy, and so on. Those are the comic movies he's done over the years, right? So he has come out and basically called out people for insinuating that the Batman Part 2 is canceled. Now there was people out there in the internet sphere saying, "Oh, Batman Part 2 is canceled because of certain reasons, whether it's personal or not, personal reasons for Matt Reeves, the director of the Batman, or they just think it's canceled in general, or some people are just have bad intentions and bad attention with the DCU studios, DCU, and there's certain people with that agenda, obviously out there. But James Gunn has come out and called out people saying it's been canceled. Now I didn't think he would do this, honestly. So this comes from the Rolling Stone magazine. I would use the Rolling Stone magazine as a source. Unfortunately, you gotta pay, and for the paywall to go away. So I'm not gonna do that. I'll get rid of this banner so you can see my face. Okay, down below. But here it is. So I'll show you in the quote exactly on X. Then I'll talk about, and there's something else that's about Batman and Wonder Woman related to after this topic here. So after this, so James Gunn calls out people who say the Batman 2 is canceled. It's not canceled. We don't have a script. Matt's slow. Let him take his time. Let him do what he's doing. People are mean. Let him do his thing. So he's basically calling out people saying the Batman Part 2 is canceled. I don't think it's canceled. Matt Reeves has always been known to be slow with his work. But this movie is scheduled to come out 2027. It seems like the filming date's always being changed, and it's always seemed like there's always like a set date when the script's supposed to be handed in. I remember last month, and they supposedly around Memorial Day it was supposed to be handed in to DC Studios, but I guess that's not true. I guess that wasn't true at all, because clearly it says here in this quote from Rolling Stone magazine that the script hasn't been handed in yet. So I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's just Matt's taking his time. That's true, but 2027 is this is still a long way off. October 2027, so there's still kind of a lot of time. Still a lot of time to hand the script and film and start filming. I mean, they don't have to start filming until at least fall, winter. And when I mean winter, I mean like 2026. They can literally start filming in 2026 if they wanted to. But yeah, I mean, there's people out there that have their own narrative and should mind, right? Have their own narrative about the Batman, why it's being reported about the script not being handed in, these delays from 2026 to the year after, all this shit, these postponed of filming dates. People just have their own narrative. I don't know what's going on. I'm not behind the scenes, so I don't know what's going on. But let's go something else. That's a little bit relatable to Batman too. Okay. James Gunn says Batman is the biggest issue in developing all of DC right now. I'm not writing Batman, but I am working with the writer of Batman and trying to get it right. Our two priorities are finishing our Wonder Woman and Batman and our Batman scripts. Okay, that's from the same issue magazine, Rolling Stone. Okay, so they're clearly admitting that this is for the DCU Batman, not the Matt Reeves Batman, but clearly admitting that Batman is the most difficult character to write for him. I mean, that should the most difficult character him and the writer for Batman is writing for. I guess it's I don't know how can it be difficult to write Batman. I guess Batman could be difficult, but it's clearly yeah. So I think they're trying to get it right with the Batman for the DCU, how they can incorporate him. So maybe they're trying to because he did say James Gunn did say Batman is going to be very important in DCU in the past in an interview. So obviously they want to get it right. They want to make sure Batman fits perfectly with the DCU. They want to take the time with Batman. I mean, they say it's Brave and the Bold film, but I would assume like I think for his film he's talking about Brave and the Bold. But I would assume Batman would be in Clayface, right? You would think Batman would be in the Clayface movie because ideally he should be in the Clayface movie. If you think about it, right? I mean, I do not. Wherever if Clayface gets captured by Arkham or goes into Arkham, I don't want the police to be the one to capture him. I want Batman. I assume Batman's gonna be Clayface, the movie, but this is referring to the Batman movie, and I don't know who they have a team of writers, right? So they have a team of writers. They have a director for Brave and the Bold, Andy Muschietti. But we'll see. And also, Wonder Woman's one of the top priorities, and we know they're really early stages of a Wonder Woman film, developing a Wonder Woman film, very early stages. They're writing that right now as they're doing with Batman. It's just that Batman they clearly says most difficult, even though it's Brave and the Bold that when James Gunn Pierre Safran had that event talking about updates on the DCU, even Brave and the Bold was not one of his films that's been pushed back. Authority, Waller, and other things were pushed back. But not Brave and the Bold. The back burner. They were pushed on the back burner. Not Brave and the Bold was not mentioned in that. So I don't know. I mean, sometimes things don't always go like you planned, right? Right? That's normal. Things change. But yeah. All right, guys. What do you guys think on this? Comment down below. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and a comment. Thank you, guys.